Malagen, the publishing arm of Open Media Center, in collaboration with Think Young Women, hosted a public awareness event at Tamala Hotel focusing on the state of sexual and gender-based violence in the Gambia. The event theme, Creating a National Conversation on State of Sexual and Gender-Based Violence in the Gambia, aims to foster a comprehensive dialogue among key stakeholders to address SGBV issues. This event continues Malagan's efforts initiated through a series of investigative reports published under the Fellowship Project funded by Freedom House and the U.S. Embassy in Banjul. These reports have highlighted the alarming instances of SGBV in the country and underscored the urgent need for concerted efforts to combat these issues. The opening ceremony emphasized the critical role of the press in raising public awareness about SGBV and exposing violations of the rights of women and children. Human rights advocates Madi Jobate emphasized the necessity of continuous collaboration among stakeholders to ensure sustained efforts in combating sexual and gender-based violence in the Gambia.
I've been in the media scene myself for many years. I've been in the civil society for many years. And we know what has been the challenges in terms of media reporting to enhance accountability, to enhance protection of girls and women. But I think what Malagan has brought to the scene is the depthness, the thoroughness, the diligence of reporting these cases, so that when we look at the stories they have brought to light, go deep. And in it, as I was saying, you will see all the factors present: social, economic, political, cultural, religious, accounting for the violation of women and girls just because they are women and girls.
Demba Kande, a media specialist at Freedom House, stated that sexual and gender-based violence should be a thing of the past in the Gambia.
Unfortunately, in the Gambia, like Madi said, the issue of sexual and gender-based violence is still very prevalent in what should have been something of the past in the New Gambia. And it affects almost every individual, particularly our women and girls, but also boys and men. It undermines our dignity, our safety, and our opportunity to live in a free and safe environment. Therefore, the collaboration between Malagen and Think Young Women in particular in this case, and broadly representing the collaboration between media and civil society, is very much timely.
USAID Program Manager Mariama Jane remarked that addressing sexual and gender-based violence is a key priority within the Gambia's gender equality objectives.
We do recognize that SGBV is a grave violation of human rights and a significant barrier to health, security, and the prosperity of individuals and communities. Sexual and gender-based violence in the Gambia is a pervasive issue, as has been mentioned by everyone that's on the high table, and it has devastating impacts. It affects individuals, families, communities, and leaving lifetime scars and perpetuating the cycle of violence and inequality. The efforts of Malagan, through the support from PRJ and Freedom House, is shedding light on this issue through investigative journalism, reporting, and advocacy are commendable.
Keba Jafang, head of media monitoring for Malagan, provided an overview of the investigative reports supported by the Fellowship Project through Freedom House and the U.S. Embassy.
As part of the projects, we have a total of 14 investigative stories that have been published under this project. That were earmarked to be published, and estimated 10 are sufficient, which are already published. 10 of them are published. So I think that's an achievement. Like your target is 14 investigative stories, and then you got 10 published. I think that is an important. That's a good outcome. So among the stories that we published, I'm sure some of you have read these stories. You have how many? I will just read the headline of the stories, and then you can make reference if you wish. I will be glad if you read, if you haven't read them already. The first story we published was how communication, that's the headline, how communications ministry awards traveling contracts to school owned by Minister Usman Ba. So you have the Minister of Digital Economy and digital communication, right? Exactly, awarding contract to his own school. So there's a conflict of interest.
Following the opening ceremony, a panel discussion featured experts, journalists, and activists who delve into various aspects of sexual and gender-based violence, including prevention, legal frameworks, and support systems for survivors. The panelists called for a multifaceted approach to tackle SGBV encompassing education, policy reforms, and community engagement. The event underscored the importance of national dialogue in addressing sexual and gender-based violence and served as a platform for sharing experiences, challenges, and best practices. As the Gambia continues to grapple with the issues of sexual and gender-based violence, initiatives like this are crucial in mobilizing resources, raising awareness, and driving legislative and social change. Reporting for Kirfatu, I am Fatu Silla.